What's up, peeps? Julian Williams here. This has got a video for you guys. This is a post-fight to Freddy Hernandez versus Erislandy Lara. Bout just took place on Showtime tonight. Bout ended in a decision in favor of Lara. Overall, it was an okay fight. Pretty much it was just Erislandy Lara coming out and outpointing Hernandez. You could pretty much it was Lara pretty much putting his skill on display. If you look at the fight, you could tell in that first round that Lara was just the superior fighter. The hand speed was pretty much the telling factor in this fight. He was beating Hernandez to the punch. He was stepping around him and just shooting off his left hand, trying to counter Fernandez's jab with his right hook throughout the fight. And also he had a few body shots that landed from time to time. In the first two rounds, Lara was outpointing Hernandez, by pretty much using his angles. He was using his angles. He was stepping around. He was making Hernandez miss a lot of punches, and he was making him pay by throwing his left hand and throwing the right hook. And in the third round, Hernandez kind of got a little bit of a rhythm, and he was turning. And he was kind of cutting off the ring. But then after the fourth round, Lara came out and he had more energy. He was throwing more punches. He had a lot more velocity on those shots, and he found his groove in that round. He started to throw more punches. He started to step around a lot more and catch Hernandez with a lot more left hands. And then later on in the fight, there was headbutts. There was a couple of headbutts in there, a couple clash of heads. Lara, I think there was one moment where Lara, I guess, was trying to clinch him, and then his head hit Hernandez's head, and Hernandez had a couple cuts on his face. And just throughout the rest of the fight, you could just tell that Lara was just going in there, and the hand speed was a telling factor, and his ability to time a shot and then throw his shot after the opponent times the shot was just another telling factor in this fight. So just overall, it was a good victory for Erislandy Lara. He went in. Hernandez is a tough opponent. It seems as if he could take a shot a lot better at 154 than he could at 147. But just the telling factor was the fact that Lara was able to beat him to position and timing with his hands and catch him, and that was the telling factor in this fight. So Lara had pretty good victory. He looked good in this fight, if you ask me. I thought he looked good. I think he did well, landing the shots and throwing his punches in motion to where the shots would land around Hernandez's guard, and also threw some decent body shots. But other than that, I don't think this is a fight that's going to entice a Saul Alvarez. I think what would be an interesting fight though would be Erislandy Lara versus Cornelius Bunridge, or Lara versus Austin Trout. I think those would be interesting fights to see Lara in next, just because he is a top contender at that 154-pound weight class. Another fight would be interesting. Maybe it would be like a Angulo or even a Kirkland. I think Lara could give anybody a tough fight, whoever he fights. But anyway, I'm out of here. That was the distance, and thanks for watching, peeps. Peace.